Hello, today I'm so excited because I get to sit down with one of Africa's, Ghana's, the world's most prolific journalist or blogger, you would say. But to me, he's a brother. To me, he's a friend, somebody that I respect so much. And I get to be in his home, in his studio for us to catch up. Really, this is not an interview. It's a catching up because I see him doing great things. I follow him, and I learn from him. And I said, I will not be home and not sit down and have a conversation with him. So, welcome,
Thank you,
Ameyaw.
Akwaba.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. I know back here people are busy. You call people, they tell you they will call back, they don't call back. So for you making time in
The Ghana man.
the Ghana, well, I didn't say the Ghana man.
We have a way of doing our own things.
Yeah. So I really appreciate it. So how are you?
Good. Up and down. Life sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But it's been altogether, you're doing well.
I know we sometimes we communicate, behind the scenes, but I haven't seen you physically for over 10 years.
Yes, really.
Yes. The last time I saw you, you were in London.
And then
You met the kids.
kids.
And Otunfo now is what, 6?
So all the other times you popped into Ghana, we never met.
No.
Oh,
You
sir.
say, yeah, because, I'm coming. I can't be, you're busy.
It's been a while, but
It's been a-
technology now makes it feel like we see each other all the time. My drink crown cool until let me
Yeah.
so it's been 10 years already. Wow.
And that is why it's so important that we have to harness relationship, because technology is making us feel like, oh, because we are on WhatsApp, we follow, you like my page, I like your page, I comment, you comment. So people now tend to forget that, oh, I haven't seen this person for a long time. So this catch up is it's a reminder for all of us to make time and sit and have water or a drink or lunch.
Yeah.
Since you say you're going to cook fufu, I'll be hanging around to have fufu. But let's tell me, first of all, let's talk about fatherhood, because Father's Day is around the corner.
Around the corner.
And I know Nathan is growing, and I see you and him, the travels and all that. How is fatherhood to you?
I think fatherhood has been fun. I mean, and my approach to it has been don't overtake it, just do it,
Yeah.
And that's what I try to do. I don't plan too hard on what to do. It just comes naturally. Because I'm the kind of person, I'm a very hands-on father. So if he's with me, I make sure that I'm involved in almost everything he does. And so whatever he's even looking at on his tablet, I want to be there. And so when he's around, I don't have a lot of free time to do my work because I may be working and then I'm still keeping my eyes on him to see what's happening. But I guess that's just the kind of father I am. But it's been a nice experience. I've always loved children and made them feel good. But to have one of my own and I get the sense that he's also very proud because as he's growing, he's watching things, he's seeing things, he's talking about me to his friends, and he says it in very glowing terms, and so it puts you in check that like he's looking up to you, even whether consciously you're aware of it or not, and it makes it interesting altogether.
And then you also recently celebrated your dad's passing anniversary as well. So you now being a father and looking at your dad, what was the difference for you?
I think my dad was also he was very busy. It means most of the time he's busy. You probably see him when he's in the morning, you're going to school, and then sometimes in the evening before he comes, you are asleep or something. But weekends, if he's around, he finds ways to bond with you. Especially me, sometimes you worry me to go and do some goods. There's something he called Punam or something. So it's just it's not really soup, but you just done the meat and then it's spicy
Yeah.
and then he wants to eat it. So he would let me do that for him sometimes. He was somebody who always wanted us to be comfortable. So even if he was having challenges, we wouldn't know, we wouldn't see. It was maybe much later in life that maybe your mother, uncle, or somebody would say, "Oh, this was what was going on," but we didn't see it. And so I think I have probably picked up a few of those traits where I want to let my family be comfortable of as much as possible within my means, and it's translated to my relationship with my son. And so at least every time, because now he's back in the States and I go and come, when I go at a good time, I try to create memories so that he would remember those moments, even though sometimes we are far away. And again, like back to technology, like we said, because of WhatsApp and all of those, we do video calls. We are constantly in touch. So yes, I think my dad's way of taking care of us, bringing us up, has also rubbed off me a little bit, and I've transferred.
Were you close to your dad?
I was. The thing with me is most of the time, even people in the house would not see me. I'm in my room. As when we are going to eat or something, that
You come
I
out.
will come out because I have always been that kind of person. But I was definitely close to him. Of course, he had 4 children, so he made everyone feel special. But for a very long time, I was the last baby until the other two came.
The other two came.
So I had my moment until finally there was a girl, and then the girl now became the apple of the eye, like you say. But yeah, I was close to him.
You were close. Was he strict? Because the African parents, and now you see on social media how these Gen Zs are teasing African parents and or mimicking what we used to do or what the African parents do. And sometimes, especially those abroad, they think we went through some hard, tough upbringing that has made us who we are. But then now they are turning it the other way and making fun of it.
That's true.
That was that very strict.
He wasn't super strict, but he was somebody who knew how to crack the whip when something. And I think maybe he was fortunate we didn't trouble him enough. I was a calm person. My older brother, to a very large extent, was very calm. I think it was the girl that was troublesome. But
if she watched it,
she knows it herself. So she was a troublesome one, and not all of us really didn't give him too much reason to be troubled and have to discipline us that much. But we all got a sense of that. He was a stern person, I guess, and so when he needed to reproach us, he would. But altogether, we are good boys and girls.
We are good boys. Are you strict on Nathan?
Sometimes I am, but I think even like our parents, our mom was again the one who was more at home, and so a lot of those were left to her. So she would have to be the one complaining, shouting, "Mako bobo, or mayam hufi," and nibuofu. So those ones were mostly from. And then when it comes to me, a lot of the things sometimes I let because I think children, they put us in roles. They know who does what and where to go when something is happening. But I am the one that, and so you feel that anytime I reproach him, sometimes he will cry.
Yeah.
And then often, so even when we are not together, he does something wrong, and I say it, he will cry. And then now my wife will call and say, soon
he's crying.
And I think we have that relationship where it's play, it's all good until you do something bad and I have to tell you. And then I do. Yeah.
Wow. And then they know where to push the button. Isn't it? And you did mention mom, so greetings to mom. She's so beautiful. And and shout out to your team as well. Father's Day, there's so many fathers out there, and also during his men's mental health. And now, especially when it comes to the African setting, we don't talk about men's mental health a lot. And then we see how the economy, everything is playing, and fathers are like struggling. And how do we balance this and tell a man that, hey, it's okay,
it's okay to break
to
down.
break down. It's okay to talk to another brother. It's
Yeah.
okay to seek help.
Yeah.
Because most people don't seek
do
help.
that. Yes. I think, like you said, society has always been that the man is supposed to be the tough one, and so we don't expect them to have those moments where they are melting down, they are going through difficulties, and it's telling on them. Even when you are going through the challenge, we expect you to be there. So, and it puts in on more pressure because it's like you can't fail. You're not expected to fail, and all of that. So I think more and more people are looking at the issue that sometimes for a very long time we've looked at the women and say we need equality, we need this, and pushing girl, child, women agenda more, and on top of that, that also creates more pressure on the men as well. But over the years, I've seen even my friend Kobiche also starting campaigns saying that men's life also matter, boys' life also matter, and even in my office, there's one person, I'm not going to mention him, but he knows himself.
Okay,
he's always
that
talking
person is laughing.
He's always talking about mental health and making posts and all of that. So I think by and large, communities accepting and us celebrating a month or even a week of things about men makes it easy. It gives us avenues to talk, share, and sometimes it makes the problem a little bit lighter. I think for me, I have ways of dealing with it. I have social media and I put myself out there. And if I'm going through something, I share. And before you know, you're getting solutions from different angles. So personally, that has been some sort of mechanism that I use to offload some of these pressures.
Like the pompo.
Yeah, like a pompo.
Yes. Do you think men, because when we were growing up as well, it was hard for some fathers to sit with their children and talk. Do you think this generation we see that fathers, men are sitting down either with spouse or with their children and having like a meaningful conversation?
Yes, yeah, I think a lot is changing. I think the world is becoming a global village, like we've oversaid it. So everybody is seeing bits of how other people do things and opening up and accepting those into our cultures. But there are still homes that are very traditional. That said it. So those things still exist. But I think by and large, people are being open. Families are creating better bonds between them, and maybe times have changed, and so it makes it naturally easy for these things to progress. But like you said, in the past, I think maybe in the beginning people were always work, and again, if work takes you away, now technologies can sometimes make it easy. So even if you're not sitting to talk, we may have other ways of communicating, which may be easier. For instance, my wife is somebody who likes to talk, and I'm more maybe test. And sometimes I feel I'm stressing somebody talking so much. So instead of calling, I'll just summarize what I'm saying quickly, test it, and then you see it, you respond by call. So I try to relate to people the way I want to be related to. I put myself in there and say, by this time what do? I know I met friend. Let me just send a text and things like that. So
I'm
Yeah.
the other way around. Maybe it's I like to talk because when you text, it's of course you're sending the message, but the same text that you send when you call the person, and sometimes you get more out of it, and then a conversation comes out of
Comes
it,
out,
and
yeah.
something comes out of it. So imagine if I was texting you. Remember, I text you and you text back, and I'm like,
Okay.
"Can I call you?"
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if and then sometimes you text the person is you are thinking the person has read it because sometimes it would take, but
Yeah.
then the person
Hasn't even seen it.
has not
Yeah.
even seen it, and
Yeah.
then the assumption
It,
thinking comes, oh, he's seen my text, he
yeah,
didn't,
then,
But then when I pick up the,
Cool.
and then we call, we can say, okay, where can we meet? What can we do? And then we solidify something. Then, but then we are all different, so we
Yeah.
learn from each other.
Yeah.
Let's come to your travels. I see you. I think you're a global citizen. I say I love traveling, but you love traveling. Where haven't you been
Well, I
in this
think
world?
I haven't done Australia side yet.
Okay, that one is very far.
Antarctica, I'm not sure I would ever do. But yes, I was hoping that I would do a little more travel this year, and probably I will, because I've done a lot of new places that I have not been to, including Congo at a time where there was Ebola spreading around. So
Oh,
that
you went to Congo recently?
recently,
Hey,
yeah.
I might
But
say.
no, it's the main Congo, not DRC.
Okay.
Yeah, so I comforted myself and I was very alert. But I like to explore, especially because I'm a very laid back person. If I travel alone without an agenda, I'll probably stay in the hotel room throughout and come out.
Okay.
So I like to travel when there's
Something
some
going.
agenda,
Yeah, okay.
so that I use that as the introduction to explore and
Okay,
and
okay.
see. So if I'm going for an event, if I'm going to maybe a family something, then it's reason for me to go, and I'm not alone. I do the program with people, and then the rest will follow. But I'm hoping to do more. Last year I did the Caribbean for the first time by going to Carifesta in
Barbados.
Barbados.
You see, I follow.
Yeah. So those little things. I've been looking forward to Jamaica. I haven't been able to do it yet. So hopefully something will come up, and then we're able to explore. I mean, I think traveling opens your mind. You learn new things, and pick up on new things, make new friends, and all of that. So I think if we get opportunity, we all must.
Yeah.
Even if it's going to Togo, somewhere closer. Sometimes even within, Abu Ghana and Kumasi on course Western, he hasn't gone to anywhere. But the more you move, you realize that life is not just
Your confinement.
your confinement, and so you pick up something you didn't know, you learn it, and I think that's some of the beauty in traveling.
In the travels, you meet different nationalities. Which nationality have you met that you think is closer to home?
I'll use, for instance, one of my recent travel to Germany. It was on the invitation of the Foreign Office, and they had brought a lot of media people, influencers from across Africa and the world, really. So what made me, I observed those from Asia. I don't know which part of Asia, but I think Malaysia, Indonesia, and we may be different in color and look, but our stories are very similar. I was mentioning Galamsey. Immediately, this lady could relate. Something like that is happening. Even when it comes to maybe food, the way we like our food, there were similarities. So it was really, really eye-opening. And I even had an invitation from one of them that when the time is right, perhaps I can come to that side. They can also come and experiment a lot more. But I think places like the Caribbean is a given that they're an extension of us. And when I was there, I was hoping to look for familiar things. And I remember the first time I went to Brazil. In the hotel, my residence, in the morning they would serve like breakfast, and they'll give you some juice. And menum juice now, it smells so familiar, but I couldn't tell what it was. And I struggled throughout my stay. It was until my back to Ghana and something led to them, and I realized that they had used yoyi. Remember yoyi?
Yoyi. Yes, yoyi.
Yoyi. And so
Okay.
they've, I guess, on my
Yoyi juice. But you should have asked them there.
Because I just didn't, because I'm not the breakfast now, but they are gone. So, but it felt so similar, familiar. So I just sat down and realized that
yoyi
on my
juice.
on my and it was interesting.
Oh wow!
And so I mean, especially now that I've started my cooking show, sometimes what I do is I bring a bit of those experiences and localize it so that our food meets or a bit of what I've learned or tasted from out there.
Oh, fantastic. Talking about the cooking, so what inspired you to be doing the cooking show?
I think there came a time where, because of social media influencing, I was getting a lot of restaurants bringing food, and then we eat, we taste, and then we promote these businesses. So now, so I was like, why don't I let people know that I can also cook? And so I came up with the concept, Ameyaw can cook. So we did the first season. It was boring, long talk. Me I wouldn't watch. And then
you wouldn't watch your own show?
No, because it was too long. And then we fine-tuned it, we cheated it, and now it was shorter, it's quick for social media, you could consume it. I realized that people were now paying attention. And I decided to just put my own twist to it. Then I tried to mix it up and say, what if? And the funny thing is, these foods come to mind, and I don't even try them. I go straight to camera and do them. So I'm experimenting for myself and also for the viewers for the very first time. And then when it's done, the team will eat it like, I do it. They enjoy it. They enjoy it. So yeah, that's how it started. And once it started, I always found ways to try something new. And then I think a lot of the new direction has been maybe when something grows up in the farm, in the garden, I try to incorporate it into something, and then I create. So it's an ongoing
was it
process.
The cooking that inspired you to do your garden?
The gardening. So the gardening happened when we built the new space for the studio and the shop, and the space had changed totally. And I was like, in terms of something new, let me try. So at that time, I think my mother had gone to the US. So I just ordered some seeds via Amazon. And then when she returned, she came with the seeds, and I started planting them. Without, I don't even do research. I just start planting. And then the first one that came, that was like, hey, Manyang was the cucumbers, because they are vines, and so they grow and crawl. And I had just planted it as it was, and it was climbing spreading
everywhere.
Yeah. So, and then the next challenge, I went to. Nobody sent me. My plants were not dying. I said, let me give them fertilizer. And then I sent, go and buy fertilizer. And then I trusted the boy who went to buy it and allowed him to also apply it. And then before I know, the plants were dying.
You have overfed them.
Yeah, it was too much. And then I learned my lesson, because even the plan was do something organic, let it grow. So where did the idea of applying these things come from? But then it was all part of the learning. And I think gardening is like parenting. Because it's like
therapeutic as well.
Yeah. You are giving birth to children, you're growing children, you're taking care of them, you want them to grow.
You don't have patience.
Yeah. So that's how the garden.
So those are cabbage. The ones I see are cabbage.
We have cabbage there.
Wow.
We have cabbage. So far, tomatoes are very basic. I thought that would be a given. But I think because these are foreign ones, so they require some special conditions, and so I've failed with tomatoes so far.
But we have the home
the
ones,
local ones.
The local ones,
Yeah, I
the
think
peppers.
it's because I got these ones from, so
Okay.
those are the ones that
Okay.
started growing. But
Okay.
anytime I shared my challenge, then people who are in the space, so someone even brought me rosemary,
Okay.
because they had
That is a
nests.
kokomesa, right? Rosemary is a
Rosemary, there be basil.
basil, yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah, yeah.
basil? Yeah, okay.
Basil,
Basil,
yeah,
whichever
yeah. So that is akoko mesa. So
okay.
we have the local mesa and we have the abroche basil
Yeah.
also growing. So we have a good mix on there as well. So
Oh,
next time
fantastic.
I'll be Ghana, maybe a special cooking.
Yeah, we
You,
would
you,
we say so. I mean, I say that the next time back home we're going to do a special cooking because back home people have lands. I think they call it the enlockment, so that you pay for the space and then you can do your gardening and behind you can go in at whatever time and then and enjoy it. So the Ameyaw brand is growing. Ameyaw TV is growing. I see, shout out to all your wonderful presenters, and I see them. I laugh. I'm like, yay, And now it's growing. You're building your studio. Tell us more about the growth that is coming.
All right. So, I mean, the business name is Ameyaw Debrah Media. And under that, we know the blog, ameyawdebrah.com, which is what started everything.
Yeah.
And then I later introduced Ameyaw TV, which was now like the video outlet for what we were doing. Now we are going to do our second studio, which is called Studio 2. It's a bigger space for our productions, and the hope is also that we open it up for people to hire and use for their own productions as well. And also along the journey, people have been asking, why don't you do summits, training, and all of that? I hope that now that I have a bigger space, it allows for me to do small meetings for people up to 20, 30 people and do those trainings, have teams that maybe people can look up to every month, every year, that kind of thing. Even Ameyaw TV in itself is also evolving. We are now putting them into key umbrellas. So we now have Ameyaw TV Sports. It's going to be the first time that we are doing sports proper.
Oh, wow.
And then we have Ameyaw TV Docu. Those that we use to produce documentary features, highlighting businesses, investigating some happenings, environment, whatever. But those are going to be deeper productions on deeper subjects sometime. And then we also have the Ameyaw TV Reel, which is fast and young, Gen Z sort of content. And we also have Ameyaw TV Podcast. So that will handle a series of podcasts that we hope to host and produce. We can produce for people. People can come and also sit on the platform as well. So these are some of the visions we have in terms of going forward. I think what we try to do is to evolve, and podcasts, we've seen people excel in their own way, so we know it's possible. So we are like, why don't you go in, do it our way, and let's see how that picks up. So it's an interesting year, lots of new ideas coming in. A lot of it is going to be trial, and then based on how it resonates, we know where to put our energies. We even have a game show coming up as well. I forgot with the space. A lot of the things I do is a reflection of the things that I like. And growing up, game shows were things I would watch, and so I was like, we don't have a lot of that in Ghana. Rewarding, in the UK, for instance, you can win
a lot
of stuff on different shows, from Weakest Link to whatever. And so I want to create that kind of culture, and hopefully with the studio I have now, I'm able to do that and see how it goes.
So with all this going on, the expansion, where does AI come in? Because now we are in the in the AI
AI.
world.
And I've been using AI. In
You've
case
been
you
using-
haven't listened
yeah,
to my,
I've been
you haven't
listening.
listened to my EP. So I have an EP. Thanks to AI, I wrote these songs, and then I used AI to. But it's not easy. When people listen to it and they think that's it. It's not it. Because I know what I want, and the AI only is giving results. But if it's not what I want, I have to keep changing. Sometimes I change lyrics just so that it's easy to sing certain things. And I don't know where it came from, but I would spend nights putting it together, record this, and then eventually I felt ready that let people listen to
So
this.
there's an artist in you
There's
then.
an artist in me.
Also, very soon we'll see you on
yes,
the Grammy Awards.
the moment they accept AI, they will see me.
I think they are not accepting AI. I'm so glad that we get to sit and catch up. But before we conclude our conversation, we know that the World Cup is around the corner.
Go Ghana, go!
Are you excited?
I'm excited. Again, still on AI. I released a cheer song for the Ghana Black Stars.
Is it on? Have you put it out there?
It's out. It's
okay,
out.
we need to listen to it and
stream
share.
it out everywhere. And I put it out. I did an AI video, and the response was good. And it was serving the purpose of what I wanted people to believe in the Black Stars, say that we are coming to the World Cup. Watch out for us. We can win. At least some few games, but the ultimate is to win the game. And I think it's picking up. It's almost here. We are in the week or weekend of it, and it's going to build up. Once our first game happens, then we know we are glued.
Do you believe in the team?
I do. I do. There are individual brilliant players in there. I think the challenge is how collectively they come to play. And it's just by way of how it is structured. These people are playing different teams for the longest time of the year. And then they can only meet at very short times to work as a team together. And it's difficult circumstances for anything to thrive. But I have hope that even if they don't win everything, they don't disappoint us. There's a feeling, there's some pride when you see that the boys are doing well, but it's just not happening. And I think that's what we want to see. We don't want it to be like Omako Bikeke and they've disgraced us. Because when they're doing well and they lose, it's a different feel than when they're just playing abysmally and then it happens. So I'm hoping they give their all, and hopefully we make it past the first. I mean, there are challenges. I mean, the time difference is there. People didn't get enough visas to even go and watch, those who could afford. And so the challenges are there. But I guess that means that maybe the glory is going to be even more.
Well, I cannot wait. Thank you so much, Ameyaw Debrah, the one and only, the award-winning. I mean, your accolades it supersedes everything. But you have, one thing I have seen is that you have stayed humble, and with all the knowledge and the experiences that you have from the one that I so remember when I DM'd you and I said, can I? And you said yes. Many years ago.
We were at an event, we didn't see each other.
Yes, so we didn't. After the event.
It's like, you also there.
And you have been that same, but you've been consistent. We've seen people come and go. We've seen people make noise, but you have been consistent. And my prayer is that when I come back, that big studio, I cannot wait. That will supersede the bigger one, the bigger houses. So I would love for you to say a word to fathers out there and then also end with a message to our wonderful Black Stars. What would you like to say?
My message to fathers out there is that, Charlie, kudos. Well done to all of you. It's not easy, but let's strive to be the best we can and impact the people who depend on us in the best way we can. Happy Father's Day to every father out there, whether you are a father, or you are a father figure in the lives of others. For the Black Stars, let's go Ghana. That's all I can say. Win for us.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.